Hello, slugcats and lizards. My name is Ith, and I'm a longtime speedrunner of this game, Rain World, and a speedrun.com moderator of Rain World. And with me is ANB.
Hello, I'm Andy, A and B, however you prefer to say it. I'm a speed and score runner of Rain World, and currently also writing the Tech Wiki to help more people get into Rain World's competitive side. And today we're gonna be doing the Rain World Bingo, which is a showcase event in which people are gonna compete in a race and try to complete several objectives and finish at a design point, which we're going to specify later. So, for those who aren't familiar with Rain World, it's a survival platformer, which basically goes around a slug cat, and this slug cat explores this world filled with dangerous creatures, and the slug cat is on the very bottom of the food chain, so you have to explore and try to survive through the several regions of the Rain World. The way the game basically, the progression functions, is every time you survive a cycle, you get a bonus of karma. You get a raise in your karma, which is a level of basically how much you're able to move around. Each region has gates, which are locked behind a certain level of karma. So you need to sleep and survive into the region you're at to be able to move to a following region. That's basically the way the main game loop functions. And we're gonna be playing this bingo in Hunter mode, which is a very difficult version of the game, a lot more difficult than the regular one. Basically, every creature in the game, even though Slugcat is already at the bottom of the food chain, is even more dangerous and trying to get to the Slugcat at all times, basically. If there's a lot of different creatures on the screen, they will try to go for the Slugcat. The Hunter also moves a bit faster and has some other restrictions, but most of those will not be relevant in the short time of the race.
Alright. And so, going on, we'll talk about all the runners and the format we have for everyone to view today. We're going to have it so we have 8 people running against each other. We'll have the first 4 and the second 4 we have here. We'll be changing between scenes to focus on which ones we'll want to at the time. Additionally, you'll see in the top right, there is a speaker icon of where the audio will be coming from. And that will take effect when we start the run. Each character is going to be their own specific color. Each person running is going to be their own specific color, and you'll notice that. They're also corresponding to a specific lizard, which you'll see in the icons. In first, we're going to be introducing in blue is Hoborp, which was the winner of the first bingo event and the current Survivor 80% world record holder. In pink, it's the world record holder for any percent pilgrimage pebbles and 100% for Hunter. It's some dingus. A relative newcomer to Rain World Hunter score runs. It's Bunny Mers in green. A older Hunter score runner is returning to try out bingo. It's just me and other people, or JMOP. And then on the other half, we've got in white a Rain World modder and high level any percent and pebbles percent runner as Empamaz. Next in purple, known for their high level Hunter score runs and speed runs, it's Nanoferret. In orange, known for the high level Hunter score runs, it's Timby. And last but certainly not least, known for pushing the Survivor intended percent runs to where it is today, it's in Cyan, Sheldon's Pet Rock. Alright. So at this point, we'll go back to this scene, and I will notify the runners it's about time to start.
Should we just tell everyone where exactly the bingo ends, just so the people that are home watching know exactly how the race is going to go?
Yep, you can go over that.
Okay, so basically, to complete the bingo, you need to, naturally, like in any other bingo, complete a line, which means a row, a column, or a diagonal. We are only counting the 2 main diagonals. And after you did all of those objectives, the run will end when the runners deliver the neuron to Moon. The neuron is an item you start with during in Hunter gameplay, and the runners will need to keep this neuron with them at all times and not lose it. And after they have completed all their bingo squares, they will take it to Luxudamun, which is a place in the game. And when they get there, it will be time for the run.
Alright, it is just starting up here. We're going negative seconds. When it hits 0, they're going to start. Everyone's going to start in the same place. It's the same starting place for all of them. They're all going to be their own specific colors. They're going to start with 5 karma. So, and we'll see how that affects. Alright, we're going to be starting off here.
5 karma is basically the highest you can get at the beginning of the game. So they should be able to just go to whatever region they feel like going at the moment to complete their objectives.
Alright. So right now, I'm very interested to see if anyone takes the reindeer over today.
Going over to Subterranean. There are some objectives of the bingo that go to Subterranean. More specifically, the white jetfish one. But it looks like everyone is going to the right, not going to Sub.
Looks like J-Mop's taking the deer. So of everyone here today, J-Mop's the only one to go to the left, unless that's what Bunny Mers is trying to do. For the most part, we're just going to see everyone do relatively the same thing, so it is very interesting to see J-Mop is doing that. While we have everyone looking at the same thing, we are going to stare at the board for a second and talk about what people might be doing. And here we might see some people have already filled in their squares. Each of the runners manually fill in when they have completed whatever square with their color. And you notice some of them can already be completed because they're like, don't do something. So we got one person filling out both industrial and never use a mask. Don't enter industrial of the certain regions. Also, we first have our first death there. I'm forgetting who that is in the bottom middle, but that's very unfortunate.
Oh no.
But generally, we can start to see like a trend depending on what's going on, just what they've filled out.
A lot of people are already going for the never use a mask, but that can be either the first row or the second column, so we'll see how that goes.
One thing I would want to bring up is just thinking about what other people might do. White Paws, one of the runners that is not going to be part of this stream, but is also streaming at the same time here, was trying to do the 4th row and found some of those to be pretty difficult. You have to eat all the different types of lizards while also dodging Leviathan Bite, which actually is a lot harder than you think it is. Additionally, I was hearing J-Mop talk about throwing a bomb at a scavenger toll, so I have a feeling that they're actually going to be going for that, so they're probably going for the 2nd row there.
I mean, if they're going for the never use a mask, J-Mop is red, right? Or am I misleading? If they're going for never use a mask and throw a bomb with a scavenger toll, I'm not sure why they would go to Sub at the beginning, but we'll see how that works out for them.
Some of the interesting ones on this board would be never kill a BLL or DLL. Some people would consider this to be almost impossible. In garbage wastes, you can take an explosive spear and then it'll just kill them instantly if you know how to do the setup. There's also stuff like kill a wolf spider with a flashbang, which is kind of just an interesting interaction that no one really knows about. That we thought people would try out. And other ones like bring a white jetfish out of Subterranean, which is a Discord challenge.
Yes. Nomios just asked in chat if a death means a game over, and some people already answer a bit of that. But basically, if you die in the first cycle, you have to restart the game, since you need to survive a cycle to actually save. But in any other cycle, when you take a death, it basically means that you go down a karma level, which is used to go through, pass through the gates that separate the regions. So if you die, you just go down a karma level, and you have to survive a whole nother cycle inside this region that you're at to be able to progress.
All right, I'm gonna go over back to the base setup.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just so you know, you have the Discord stream to look at. And otherwise, we have gotten another square filled by Sheldon here. Hatch 3 noodle flag eggs at once. This is both
Nice.
a fairly easy but also fairly difficult one. There's 3 very close to the beginning, but you really need to know how to get the third one because it's very out of the way. They must have practiced it quite a lot to be able to do that pretty consistently. The other squares on that last column might be pretty difficult because you have to go pretty out of your way to get 3 echoes and then get a grapple worm for 2 or more gates, as well as kill a Miro
J-Mop
Spurred, which is in a few locations.
Yes, J-Mop is fighting some scavs right now. Not necessarily fighting, but trying to dodge them, which is very interesting. Already into that kind of situation, seeing the scavs in front of the subgate. But he appears to have dodged them with relative ease. Nothing went wrong. And now he's already going, popping 2 popcorns. Not sure if they're going for the popcorn, the 10 popcorn plants, but they sure are going straight to subs. Let's see how that works out.
And starting to see a lot more route diversion here and seeing other people do a
Yep.
lot of very different things. Some Dingus appears to be the only one going for the Echo. Actually, it looks like Nano Ferret in the bottom left in purple is also going for it.
They're going for the Echo too.
Also,
Both
just
in
as
Sky Islands.
just as a reminder, we're gonna have the sound always coming from the top right where the mic icon is.
Black Zero, the marks on the card means they already completed the square. But for the never use a mask one, if you simply don't intend to use a mask at all, it's gonna stay marked.
Yep.
Unless something happens and you accidentally pick up a mask and go about with it and forget, then you have to unmark it, I guess.
And so I'm very interested to see if Nano Ferret and J-Mop are getting these echoes for safety or for other reasons. Also, I'm finding a very interesting fact is that J-Mop got the echo on their first cycle, which I never really thought about. Because we're technically loading from a save file and not starting a new save file, that actually works in this case. At least I believe it
That's
does.
interesting.
And so they'll still get the additional karma. Normally you only have a karma max of 5, which you'll need that to go through different areas. Otherwise, if you die, you might have problems going and moving around.
That
Additionally,
means they're not going to sub, they're going the regular path to the east in Farmeries. They just went for the Echo. Oh, that's very interesting. How are the other people going? Oh, I just saw a death from Bunnymers. Not sure what killed him.
fortunate. I'm going to move over to the other set of 4, and we'll go from there.
Mhm. So Hempemas is in the Echo, no, near the Echo, but not going for the Echo apparently in Sky Islands, which is the Echo the other 2 took. And Simbi is about to cross the first scavenger toll. Let's see if he tries to bomb it or if it's going to be a peaceful crossing.
And so one of the other things to really talk about that's going to affect a lot of runners in this run is that we need to revive Moon. And what that doesn't make any sense to a new runner, but for this run, it's going to matter quite a lot because that means we have to take the neuron that we started the game with and bring it with us the entirety of the run. We can put an item into our stomach as to carry it, which helps out quite a lot. But because that's always going to be filled, we can't have anything else in it.
You basically miss an inventory slot.
Yes, and so I didn't see Nano Ferret pick it up, but I have a feeling they have a grub in their stomach that will call down vultures, and they're just carrying the neuron because it's easier to carry the neuron than it actually has it in your stomach if you're trying to take a grub at the same time, because you won't accidentally kill it. But it just means if they accidentally drop it, they have to reset that cycle and they'll go down karma, which can be quite scary at times.
Nano's also going to have to dodge a vulture here. They're waiting and waddling around because there's a vulture in an unfortunate position. Okay, the vulture left. They can continue going. Assume they're going to push off a vulture of Chimney Camp, I guess.
That's what it seems like right now. for Nano Ferret. Sheldon also just got an Echo, which is the third person to do so. I'm not sure if we'll see many others get more Echoes unless they're going for that bottom right square. Hempamaz, I'm not sure what they're doing here, but they appear to just be messing around in Sky Islands in the top left in white. I'm not sure if they're trying to pop a bunch of popcorn. I have a feeling that's what they're going for. So to pop 10 popcorn, you need to pop the popcorn, and you also need to save after each one. There's a lot of them in a lot of different
just
areas.
pushed the vulture off the chimney.
At the same time, Hempamaz died to a vulture trying to get
no.
a popcorn.
Well, also Timby took a death, I think, because they're back in their starting room again. So, unfortunate for them, but Timby is a hunter master, so I would allow them to.
They live in Farmares. They never escape it. They're home. Top Orp being in outskirts is very interesting. The Nano Ferret and top right just getting the chimney, as well as some dingus.
Probably pushing the vulture and then getting an echo, maybe? I don't think those
seems like they're
set, actually.
they're bringing out the grub right now, so they're going to be able to do that. I see a question in chat from Democratic Dragon Dungeons, and it's just they need to complete a row, column, or diagonal, and then they need to complete an objective. In this case, it's Revive Moon.
Which get to the finish line.
Yes, and so the only way they can revive Moon is by carrying an item that they start the game with them the entire time. So there's a pocket in their stomach that they can just put something in there, and so that means they can't use it for other things. This might not become an issue for a lot of people. For some of these squares, it might become very difficult.
Yeah. Nano is pushing the vulture, but I don't think they took a mask with them. So
maybe depends. They got a king vulture over here. They might be getting that one.
They almost. So when vultures fall down, what they're doing right now is a glitch exploit kind of thing called vulture cheese, which vultures generally are rather deadly creatures that fly around and hunt a slugcat, but using the pacifier effect from the echoes, you can basically have a vulture become helpless. And so I was doing the vulture cheese right now, got a mask, push the vulture, and is probably going to just hibernate to save the progress on those two. Let's see how the other runners are doing right now. Timby sleeping, I guess. Doesn't want to lose any more progress in case of another death. And going through the east side of the farms.
Yeah. Otherwise,
not sure exactly what line they're going for, or
we've got both Sheldon and Hempamaz still in the Sky Islands area. I believe Hempamaz is going to try to get all the popcorns in this area. There's a lot in Sky Islands, while Sheldon's probably going to try to leave to get in the chimney now. I'm going to flip over to the other scene now. We'll see the other four people.
So Habborp is in an industrial complex, which is one of the regions with more access to other regions, I guess. So they could be basically going anywhere from here. But if they're staying on the never use a mask, they could probably go to garbage waste to throw a bomb at scavenger tunnel.
Also in red, we're seeing an interesting jump. Okay.
Ooh,
Came up, just got that jump. That was pretty good. That's a very scary jump for a variety of reasons. When it comes to this game's movement, you can do slides, you can jump out of the slides, you can do rolls, you can do backflips into rolls, and to just comboing this over and over again. All we have for buttons is grab, throw, and jump. And so doing kind of like fighting game inputs is how we do a lot of things. And when it comes to doing a roll into a backflip in that area, it's very easy for the terrain to mess it up and we don't get the distance we want. You just fall off and die, which is unfortunate. Then we have to reset and do that again.
Movement is very physics-based in Rain World. So a lot of times you're basically getting momentum from one kind of jump or roll to chain into another one and get longer jumps or better rolls and stuff like that.
You can feel, the movement can feel very floaty and weird at first very imprecise, but once you really get down to it, you notice that it's actually really, really precise of how each little bit works, and you need to really test out and know what you're comfortable with. A lot of the movement the game doesn't actually tell you. All it really tells you about is the normal pounce, which is all that you need. But in our
Finish the
case, trying to go fast, we want a lot more than that, and that allows us a lot of options.
Sapphic Salamander just asked in chat, will Hunter's sickness be an issue? And I don't think so.
We're only going to be going for 2 hours. I hope people don't rest that many cycles to where that becomes an issue. I am a little concerned about Bunny Murs still being at the start. They must have died 2 or 3 times now, which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
But
that can happen.
as soon as they can get out of farm arrays, it'll help out quite a lot. Hobwarp is getting to garbage waste right now. I'm starting to think of what people could be doing. I have a feeling they might be going for that top row, and so they're trying to get that kill a BLL or DLL,
Yeah.
and getting
Like we-
chieftain while in garbage wastes.
Yeah, Hobart also was trading some things with the scavenger toll in Outskirts, right? If I'm not mistaken. That could possibly be what he's going for.
Empleman still having problems with a lot of the popcorns in white. Nanoferret's getting another echo.
Yes.
Worked out very well for them. They're probably going to have a lot of safety, but they're also probably going for the bottom row from what it looks
Yeah.
like for them.
Which echo did they get?
They
right
got
now?
the chimney one, I believe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks like the chimney shelter.
Also, the 2 glitches that are not allowed is karma caching and the deer skip.
Mhm.
Knows what those are.
Bodymar is in a tough situation right now. They have a rather large centipede in front of the pipe they want to go into. These centipedes at the start of farm arrays, they kill a lot of hunter runs in the beginning. They can be very unpredictable.
Yep. Some issues there.
I'm up dancing around some vultures right now.
Hobwarp. Oh no, Bunnymers took another death. That's super unfortunate. He'll be back at the beginning again. Gamup made a good hard jump in Chimney, and then Hobwarp's now officially in Garbage Waste, which is going to work out really well for them.
Right now we have Sheldon at the bottom taking the chimney echo too. I think it's pretty much guaranteed that they're going for the last row here, the top, the right row.
So I found it interesting that if we looked at Hobwarp's screen for a second when they slept there, they have like 4 different passages that are being worked on all at the same time. They could be going for the first column, not the first row. I'm not sure.
First column?
Potentially.
Get the same passage? They didn't kill anything yet? Huh.
I didn't see which passages they were getting, but it's possible.
That's
I'm going to change over to the other screen.
Okay. So Nano just got the Equinauts making their way down chimney. If they're going for the bottom row, eating all the lizards is very reasonable in chimney. There are lizards of all types except the green and oh no, wait, there's only 3 lizards in chimney, right? Because I was thinking about Science, but Science aren't Dragon Slayer.
Yeah, Science won't count for in this case. So you'll get blue, the camo lizards, and the purple lizards.
Yes.
The blue and the purple would be very necessary, I feel like.
Eating the white over there. They must have eaten an orange one in Sky Islands, I think.
Also got some dingus in pink in the lower screen, just getting another echo. A lot of people actually getting a few extra echoes here. I'm not sure if they're all getting the get 3 echoes or not.
Sheldon just made the chimney, upper right chimney hard jump and going to the wall right now. Popping a popcorn plant on the way.
Yep. Laz is finally getting the Sky Islands echo. They probably had a lot of problems with deaths while getting popcorn. Himby seems like they're trying to bomb this toll here.
And they're very right in doing so.
Nanoferret, I think, got murdered by scavenger there. That's really unfortunate.
Oh, that's why we
I
blow up the
believe,
tolls.
I believe they're going down the chimney, yes. And they can pop out at any time. The thing about this game is all creatures are set spawns. However, when it comes to how they move and how they react, it's all dependent on their characteristics that they start the game with. It's so they can do certain things and change how they react to certain things. But scavengers, they just exist in the region and could be anywhere in it, and so they can just do whatever they want. You can become friends with them. That's very takes time.
Yeah.
We have
That's
get the
what the
chieftain
passage basically means, yeah.
Yes. Just become
But the
friends
thing with
them.
scavengers is that they can be like from a very chill companion to go around you, or they can be an absolute murdering machine that basically stabs anything and dodges spears, dodges lizards, dodges everything. So it's pretty much a gamble every time you go next to a scav, especially with Hunter, since Hunter is, well, let's just say Hunter tastes better for prey in general. But Timmy did manage to go to the top. Did they throw a bomb? They might have.
I didn't notice at the time, but I am noticing that Sheldon has the grapple bug. I would assume they got it from Chimney. And they're going into the underhang, which I'm a little surprised about, actually. I don't know what the best routing would be for that, but I would assume that they're going for that right column there. They must be really confident with going through this area. They are the world record holder for the intended category, which is all about using the grapple.
They're gonna go down and go kill a Mirror's Bird.
Oh, that's an interesting thought. I never thought about coming from that angle.
That
could be very interesting.
Yeah, the general route when you play the game normally, let's say, is going up through the underhang from the region where the Mirror's Birds are. But Sheldon's going the other way around, which is maybe more difficult? I'm not sure.
I don't think anyone really does that. Going right to left through memory crypts once they get out of the underhang is going to be very interesting. But basically the underhang is all about this grapple bug. And you're going to be grappling off the ceiling the whole time. It's very interesting. Not terribly useful in a lot of other places other than Sky Islands, but that's behind us now. Everyone's basically heading left to right on the map, except going up and down the map in different ways.
Nano already made it to Industrial, so the second run to Chimney went well.
Yes. So looking at the board right now, we got Timby lighting up the throw bomb at the scavenger toll. That must have been just a bit ago in Parmarace here. I'm interested to see if they go for the second row or second column. They could be going for a diagonal. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, they could be. Doubling a region is probably very okay for Timby, since that's what Hunter runners do most of the time, doubling regions.
We did have the second row that try to get people to do that, is double a region. You have to double a region, you double spawn a region, is the first time you enter a region, you starve. And that causes the region to have twice as many creatures in it, which is just as crazy as you think it is. For score runs, you have to do this to get really high score, which is by killing as many things as you can in the world. And so doing that and kill 3 lizards while starving would be a good play. Looking at another square that's filled out, we've got Hempamaz in white filling out, get it the Saint Passage. That must have been what they were doing with the popcorn. They're probably gonna
that makes sense.
Probably gonna spend their time getting over to Chimney now, and then they're gonna go all the way down to Garbage Wastes for that BLL kill.
I mean, they could be. Oh yeah, because they're opening the popcorn, so that makes sense. They're going for the first column. Getting Saint with Hunter in general is very hard because Hunter is a carnivore, unlike the slug cat, the regular slug cat, which is a survivor and can eat fruit and smaller things. Hunter needs to eat big creatures, and basically getting Saint means you can't harm creatures. So hunting becomes a bit harder, but Hempamaz did it just fine, using the popcorns from Sky Islands. Also, Timby is going back through Farmarace after crossing and bombing the toll.
That's
pay the toll.
I'm not exactly sure why you'd go back past the toll a second time.
Yeah. Could
Well,
they
it
be
must be.
going back to sub?
I wouldn't think you would go this way. You would not go this way for going to sub. You'd go past through the other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So Sky Islands. Oh, they're getting the eggs.
Okay. So that means they're doing just the second row. Oh, okay. I thought they would have done that
interesting.
first.
Ooh, Anut saw Timby getting the egg. That's not ideal.
All right. I'm gonna change over to the second screen now.
Oh, Habarp has a red centipede problem.
That's very
One of the
interesting.
deadliest creatures in the game. Basically, red centipedes move faster than almost anything else on the ground and are very resilient, but it looks like he dodged it just fine.
Well, top right, we've got some dingus in Shaded Citadel. A lot of new players can find this place to be really annoying because it's completely dark. If you know what you're doing or you use the map a lot, it can be pretty fine. They're trying to kill as many mice as they can. Normally this isn't a room that we go to, but we have 15 kills in one cycle as a square and kill 10 lantern mice in a cycle. So both of those could become very influential.
Wow,
if we're
that's a
doing
lot of
that.
lantern mice.
There usually is a lot in this room,
Oh,
but we don't normally come in here. There's no
Yeah.
reason.
I can see that.
Normally we're trying to, for this square, we were really trying to get people to just be throwing at lantern mice and then they just pin all of their spears in the walls. Because every time you throw, there's a chance that it misses them and then it just goes into a wall.
Mm.
And so it looks like they're not really missing their shots here. So that's working out really well for them. I think they're going for that bottom row.
Green right now. Ooh, that
Ooh,
fight didn't end well
unfortunate.
for them.
Immediate caster curse. Somebody murders.
Oh no, I'm
Dead
sorry,
instantly. No.
Okay, so I'm not gonna mention that J-Mop is also fighting scavengers at the top because
It'll be fun.
that could make things go wrong.
Hoborp is in garbage waste, way in the belly of garbage waste now. And I would assume with the pearl they have, they might be paying off the scavengers so they can be friends a little bit better, so they don't immediately murder them. And then try to get an explosive spear and see what they can do to kill one of the BLLs in the area. The BLLs and DLLs being these eldritch monster equivalents that exist in Rain World.
Yeah,
Just kind of eat everything.
the developer describes them visually as the mixture between a spider and the spider's web. And basically you see an amalgamation of evilness going around that's probably a DLL.
I think some dingus in pink up top right is trying to go for a mole lizard kill. Or their Dragon Slayer lizards. So they're doing bottom row. We have Nano Ferret in purple bottom left in drainage, which is very interesting.
Drainage is one of the places that a lot of people discover when they first come into the game, and it's a lot more lethal than the other regions for the start of the game. So, and with Hunter, it has a lot more dangerous spawns also. So let's see how Nana goes about it. But it looks like they're going to Subterranean right now.
Yes. I forget what progress JMOP has gotten in red, but they're still in farm arrays here. They've completely decimated this toll, so everything's going to work out pretty well for them.
JMOP is known for being good at slaying scavengers, so...
Yes, they have the highest amount of kills on scavengers in a Hunter score run ever. Which is in the hundreds, and is insane. They tripled garbage wastes, I believe. Which is very difficult to do.
That's a cool run to watch, honestly.
I'm going to flip over to the other scene here.
Okay. So Hempemaz just doing some tough jumps in Sky Islands. And having to fight a weirdly positioned white lizard, honestly. Oh wow, all the lizards are in...
There's a lot of strange lizards in that room. Normally you either get one of those three in that room in white and Hempemaz top left.
Yes.
Sheldon's still going through Underhang in Cyan.
But given where he is right now, it seems things went mostly fine, I think.
Going down may or may not be terribly hard. They probably want to save here. No, they're just going past the save, but there's a white lizard in the way, which is unfortunate.
Also, I assume that they're taking the grapple worm through Underhand Gate and then the Shaded Gate somewhere?
Oh, yes. They're gonna have to go down the entirety of the leg, which probably isn't too much problem. Bunnymers took another death. No,
but
they're having a really bad time. It's so unfortunate.
I've been exactly where they are in the last bingo.
I can definitely bring it back, but it's been a struggle for them for a while. Also, looking at the board real quick, we've got...
Oh, Hempamaz is trading with the...
But we've got Thumbdingus in pink filling up 4 squares at the bottom, which means all they have to do is get the Sky Islands now, to Shoreline now, I mean. And then they touch the Tower Pearl, and then they just need to finish the run, which the run also finishes in Shoreline. And so they are pretty much all done here. The Dragon Slayer Lizards worked out really well for them. They've gotten the Echoes fairly quickly. The other 2 weren't too much of a problem.
Yep. The Shoreline Tower Pearl is a tricky one, though. So.
Also, looking at top left real quick, Hempamaz in white is at the end of their cycle. At the end of every cycle, you get a certain random timer, and it will start raining torrentially. And it will kill you if you're outside, and they're still outside. They have to get through this gate before it fills with water, which probably won't be an issue, but it could be. We'll see what happens.
Basically, if he was fast enough to get into the gate loading animation before the water starts rising, he should be fine, but otherwise it's gonna be a hard swim. Okay, made it just fine. Nothing to worry about, not even close. Nano also going for the bottom row, I think?
Believe so. They're in outskirts though, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going for the diagonal? They're gone to a lot of regions. They were in drainage earlier.
Maybe they are going for the diagonal?
Yeah, so the bottom left, the top right diagonal. I didn't really thought about this one very much, but they've gone through most of the regions. I would assume they're going to double outskirts right now.
Yeah, that could make sense.
And then they're going for
Getting the
kill.
drop
They're
wigs here.
15 kills right now.
That was a very risky drop wig.
Hempamaz top left is doing the vulture cheese, and we saw a vulture just fall from the sky and immediately fall off screen, which is a little unfortunate.
That it shouldn't be a problem. Oh, that vulture is also very near the corner.
That's
so.
very annoying. Yeah, they all just fall off.
They're just falling. That never happens. Oh my god. Oh. Wait, Sheldon is restarting the game for some reason? Did they die?
Might have accidentally quit out. They're down 2 karma. I feel like they're at the bottom of the leg now.
Okay.
Just one thing we're on a notice. We're gonna go to it in a little bit, but Thumbdingus in pink in bottom left is almost done their run. You're gonna go to them very quickly. I am surprised to see that they're almost done so quickly, but they have the most experience with Hunter of everyone here. They have most of the world records as Hunter, so
yeah,
it's not terribly surprising.
I mean,
It's very used to them.
it's also, I mean, running speedruns in this game, you're mostly dodging creatures, and in the bingo you have to interact with them more. So there's always that factor, but they did do very well. So we need to see now how the Shoreline Tower Pro is going to go.
We'll see how good everyone else does. Hunter is very easy for stuff to just go wrong. I know Thumbdingus has huge issues with Shoreline. They really don't like it, especially with the Leviathans, and every runner is going to have to go by it. They're also doing a really hard swim, and they almost drowned. Wow. That was really good. Timby just got the Sky Islands Echo, which is really good for them. I'm going to assume that Hempamaz is going to get the Chimney one, although that might not matter. Sheldon just died.
gonna say that they just asked in the chat if everyone's Hunter. Yes, everyone is playing as Hunter. This bingo.
Yep.
Which
We
changes things quite a bit for
might be
from the
random
other
colors.
bingos, but I'm not gonna talk about that right now. We can talk about it
We
later.
look
after
in
the
top
bingos.
right where the sound's coming from. We're seeing a red lizard attack a king vulture,
Oh, that's a nice
which is
clash.
the two most fearsome creatures in this game.
Yeah. And the red lizard decided to go for Nano for a bit instead of the vulture, which could be problematic.
All right, I'm gonna flip over to the
Mhm.
other setup real quick.
Okay. So, J-Mob just bonked hard on the floor, going down Farmer Race, but they should be fine. And Bunnymers died.
I believe some dingus just got an EI hop, which is a really hard technical movement, which allowed them
Oh,
to
wait.
get across.
They did the EA hop
tunnel.
in the tower. That's
Yes.
Oh, nice. That's
all
awesome.
they have to do is touch the pearl up there and then survive the cycle, and then they can finish the game. Which I believe they touch it. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I think so. They dodged the white lizard that was up there.
The only thing that can end their run right now is the leeches in this room and the leviathans and potential vultures going on.
Yes.
Otherwise,
I
we're
mean,
looking
they
at.
did take a safety rest. Here.
They should take a rest here, I would say. They don't need to by any means, but definitely something they should probably do. Hobborp's having some problems with a green lizard
Oh.
in top left in blue.
extra
Just kind of
chunky
everywhere.
lizard.
Oh, it's stuck in its slide state. That's hilarious.
It's a frictionless lizard.
So every lizard has a slide state, which is an attack that they can do. And if you kill them during it, their body's always in it, and it can produce some really funny effects.
I'm just taking some stuff from the scav stash.
Dingus is not going for the save there. They're trying to get into the main part.
Oh, that's risky. See how that works out for them. J-Mop is going towards outskirts right now.
Yep. Bunnymers is about to go up into Sky Islands as well. Despite all the problems they've had, they've been able to keep up their karma, which is very good.
Yeah.
So they can get out of Farmaries very well.
Yes.
Alright, some dingus having some problems with Leviathan and Vultures at the same time because, of course, this is their favorite region. Oh my
Shoreline is
goodness,
like,
there's
Why
two
are
of
there
them!
two? Why are there two? That's not a thing that generally happens.
I think both of them have bitten now, which means you can just go over them. However, there's two King Vultures also.
Did they double shoreline or something, or is it just
there's
extreme bad
there's
luck?
three Leviathans, so it's not terribly uncommon to see two there as Hunter.
Amazing.
Hobborp's around some scavengers right now. Oh, they got stabbed by them,
Ooh,
but
oh,
everyone blew up.
Yeah, that's the typical scavenger situation. So.
J-Mop's passing the outskirts toll now, which is a infamous toll for having some issues with how the toll works, and just you coming in, there's lizards everywhere. However, they dealt
Sometimes
with it
a king
very well,
vulture. Yeah.
as long as they don't mess up with this pink lizard. Buckmers is escaping Sky Island, which is very good. And
Nice.
Hobborp is slowly... Oh, the centipede and got him. Their karma's getting real low, which doesn't look good.
That could be a big
They're
problem.
gonna want to kill the centipede so they can eat it and get by. That's gonna be very scary.
They did kill the DLL, which is probably the hardest part of garbage. So
Yeah,
they
but
probably
it came at a really bad sacrifice of their karma just going really far down. And they have to get to 3 to get into Shoreline. However, they need to go to Subterranean.
they just got stabbed.
Oh no.
Oh,
they
boy.
need to get the Subterranean for Wolf Spider and the Miro Spurge. They could also go to Shaded, although I'd go to Subterranean because you could immediately get to Shoreline that way as well.
Yeah, Shaded also has that, but I'm not sure that's. Yeah,
feel like there's more
I don't
likely you're going to run into scavengers in sub. And maybe not everyone wants to do that, but I'd really like to see someone go into subterranean. Some weird stuff going on there. We're gonna stay.
Going to shaded right now.
We're gonna stay in the screen. Some
Oh,
dingus
some dingus is in moon.
is in moon now. I believe they saved, and now they just have to finish up. Very close.
Yes. Nothing should go wrong here, but you never know with this game. So.
And then J-Mop's in outskirts now. It's resting up. Hempamazin faded, very nice. And Nano's
Not
finally
starving
out.
here.
Nano's finally out of outskirts in an industrial. Actually, they're going back to industrial. They must have been messing up with the starving and doubling. It's very difficult. All right, top right. We're gonna get our first time here.
Yes.
That was a
I mean,
very
what
good
if they
EI
don't have
hub.
the neuron?
Didn't have it. The run's over. There it is. All right, so time is on dialogue from Moon here. This is spoilers for people who care.
Yeah.
But also whatever you are good with.
Yeah, it's very close to sub 40.
The whole point of Hunter as a game mode is to take that neuron and then revive Moon. So we decided to make that the final objective for this bingo. Bunny Murs has finally escaped Armorays in green there. So that has worked out very well for them now that they're in Sky Islands and it's properly saved. J-Mop is getting out of outskirts as well. Moon picked up the spear they dropped. I believe that's first dialogue for them though.
Yeah.
Although they might be explaining the spear, which is kind of funny. Oh, there's hello. All right, time there on hello. Perfect. Very
Around
good from somebody.
4108, I think.
Yes. All right, I am going to change over the other screen. Very good from some dingus. Everyone else
Yes.
is closing in
Congratulations.
around it, but we're all a bit of ways away.
Sheldon's getting some nice progress here. Going through shaded. They did kill a Miro's bird. I'm sad I missed that.
They had some trouble going through there for a little while, but they did eventually get it.
And I assume they still have the grapple worm to go through another gate.
I believe they've already gone through enough gates at this point.
Oh, they just need to mark it.
I think Nano is starving. I wasn't sure. But they're trying to get their 3 lizard kills, or maybe I'm just overthinking it. It might just be doubled. Yeah, I think they're just doubling
Yeah,
it.
I'm pretty sure they doubled it. So. Wild
Oh, it's
Series
it's 15 kills 1 cycle. That's what they're going for. They want to do that now before they double it. Which, I don't know. But it would be a lot safer that way.
I get it. Yeah, it's a lot more safer. Timby's going down Sky Islands now.
I think they're just getting away from the white lizard there.
No, I think they're... I think they're... Why would they... I mean... Oh, they're popping the popcorn.
That makes more sense now. 2 red lizards fighting on Nanoferret's screen. Very interesting. I would just leave. Just don't even deal with that. This is just a waste of your time.
I mean... If they could get the kills of both red lizards and their 15 kills 1 cycle, it would be such a flex. Like...
Would be crazy. One of them's dead, I think. That worked out. If they can get
Sheldon and
past this.
Hempemas are at shaded, right? But they're doing different things.
Yes. Sheldon's getting probably their last echo that they want for the right column. And I think they're done the grapple worm as well, which means they just need to save, and then they can just go right to Sky Islands and finish the run for them. Hempamaz still has to give Moon a lore pearl and kill a BLL, which I'd assume they're going to go into Shoreline and then back out into Garbage Waste. Additionally, they could be going for the Shoreline BLL.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That would be an interesting one.
They need to find an explosive spear, though. I think they're holding one, so they're gonna hold on to that one for a while, and then they
Oh,
need to make
that's nice.
sure they don't lose that, because that's something people don't really realize. For Hunter, there's a BLL in it in Shoreline, which
Yes.
it is very strange when you see it because you never notice it.
Also, killing the BLL in Shoreline seems like, I don't know if there's any good places to lure it
Also,
to so you can stab it.
looking bottom right at Sheldon in Cyan is very interesting, is they're going through shaded with a grapple, which
Oh,
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do that, and it actually is working out super well. It goes through over all of the kelp here. It's hard to see, but there's a lot
nice.
of kelp that are mounted to walls that can get you.
Yeah, there's also the spiders, which generally roam around like corners and places close to the ground in general.
Also, I see in chat just someone asking, what is this? I'm assuming you don't know that much about this game, but this is Rain World. It's a survival platformer. And essentially, we have to eat enough food to save in certain places. If we fail or die in any way, we have to reset back. Sheldon had to throw a flashbang there. That was unfortunate. And anything that gets us will end it immediately, so we have to reset the cycle. We have a certain amount of time per cycle that we can stay out, and in this case we're playing as the hard difficulty, and we're trying to complete a bingo board at the same time while also having a specific ending
no.
scene. And Nano
Died to kelp.
almost died to kelp.
Didn't.
They
Wow.
stabbed it right at the end, so it let it go, and then they got pipe boosted out. I don't know how they feel about that right now, though.
That was unnecessarily intense. Yeah, this game on hard mode is very hard, as Esteban said. It's not just as other games where it just becomes like creatures deal more damage or things like that. Basically, the whole game's dynamics shift around just to make it a less pleasant experience for the player.
We've got Timby going back to the starting area, which I find very interesting. They did a very hard jump there.
I guess they're
And
going to enter sub. No,
I think
Yeah,
they're
they
they're
are going
going
to enter
they're
sub.
going for a second row, which means they need 10 popcorn plants. They're probably going to get the hunter specific popcorn plant, which is interesting. And then they're getting the jetfish out of sub, which will be very interesting to see someone do that.
Yeah, it's also nice because you can get the jetfish out of sub and then go straight to shoreline with
Yes.
the jetfish.
Yes, that'll help a lot with the swimming movement.
Meanwhile, Hempmess is also at shoreline, going for the DLL kill probably. Also, chasing the DLL in shoreline is going to be an issue because it moves around weirdly.
Yeah, it can be in a lot of different rooms.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what they're doing up there right now.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, they need to give Moon a lore pearl. Okay, I got the one they
Oh.
need.
Timby is waiting at the deer. It's a deer moment. Deers are one of the more temperamental creatures in the game, in which they can just stand around and look at the scenery for a long time, but you need to ride them to go through certain places.
Be very difficult. I would never feed them the spore puffs because they generally will get delayed even longer. Ooh, it was starting to move there. You just need to be patient and not move on the antlers, and then it'll go. Also, it's a reindeer, R-A-I-N, deer.
Yes.
Very important. I think Nano Ferret top right is finishing up their 15 kills here. It's like Timby
The red
got their
lizards are
15
dead.
kills.
Timby's deer is just
Ooh,
scratching itself. Oh,
It's
they're moving.
going. We made it. It's happening. No, Hempamaz top left
wow.
got spearfished by a king vulture. That was unfortunate.
And Shadow is just going into a region right now, which is shoreline. They completed all their objectives.
Yes, Seldon's about to finish up here. Also, I'm going to change over to the second screen.
Okay. Bunny is currently exploring the Sky Islands. Not sure which line they're going at, but given that they have marked and never use a mask one, so assuming vertical 2 or horizontal 1.
I want to see Bunny Mers in green make this jump. It's very annoying. There we go. That made it well. That jump is actually easier than you think it is because there's an invisible block on one of the platforms.
Oh yeah,
that
that's
extends
true.
it. J-Mop is starving in red. That's interesting.
Where?
Oh, they're killing 3 lizards while starving. I think they're in industrial.
Yeah, that seems like the upper left industrial shelter. Yep, that's the one. So there are 4 lizards.
They don't
around
have
the
a mask.
western area.
I'm not sure how versed they
Oh.
are in fighting while starving. The thing about starving is that if you die, you get sent back to your last proper save, which will be a while ago. And then, if you perform too many actions too fast, it will just make you get stunned for a period of time,
Oh boy,
which they are right
an
now.
intense fight. No.
The bar fills up faster when you're near creatures. Well, like in that case, you do less damage as well. Everything's just not good, is the way to put it. Timmy just popped a lot of popcorn and orange in the bottom. You can see there, that's been their plan the whole time. So one thing is we're getting music from Some Dingus in the top right in pink. They're just having the arena music play. Anyone needs to
Oh,
know.
nice. Are they
But-
monk in arena? Okay, I'm not
Yes.
gonna comment about that.
Also, Nano Ferret just finished up their 15 kills, I think. However, for some reason, they're starving. I don't know why, so they need to properly save for that to count. And so they need to eat more stuff.
Maybe they just forgot to
They,
eat.
no, they need to double a region.
But it's
technically,
their second time there.
technically, this is a Hunter score run strat, but this can go so wrong so easily. So I'm a little concerned.
Wait, I don't think they did the 15 kills one cycle because they didn't mark it after they... Oh, because they starved, they didn't. Okay. That makes sense.
Orp's
So
going.
J-Mop going again for the starve kill?
Yes.
They did get one of the lizards. They need to remember not to eat all the lizards though, because they need to kill them starve.
Orp's just getting extra stuff before they go into shaded. Okay, there's a King Vulture there. They really want to keep this explosive spear, I feel, because they need to kill a Miro Spurred and shaded. We're trying to get past this King Vulture that's in the way in the other room.
There's a little sign lizard coming around. Shouldn't be a major problem, I think. I hope.
Bunnymers in green is really getting their footing here. They have gotten their karma all the way up. They've gotten the Sky Islands Echo, and now they're right at the Chimney Echo. So right now that's working out pretty well for them.
Are they going to get 3 echoes? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure
They start
what
going
their
up to this
plan is
one.
just yet.
Yeah.
Because I could just go past it. It looks like they're going to go for it. They didn't get Vulture Cheese, but it would get them a free mask, which is unfortunate.
But if they're going to never use a mask, I wonder what exactly they're doing. Someone just finished. Sheldon just finished.
Oh, yes. Let's move over to the other screen. So we missed it for a second there, but Sheldon just got to Sky Islands, finished their row, which is the
Shoreline.
right column in Shoreline. And then now they've finished up with the first dialogue from them.
I think this is the first bingo that the first and second haven't done the same row / column, right?
I don't remember exactly for the first bingo, but that definitely happened on the second one.
Yeah.
It's very interesting to see a lot of different people doing a lot of different rows. I don't really see many people doing the same thing at all.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's true.
We do
this
have
is a good indication that that the rows were like well balanced and stuff like that.
we do have Bunny Mers seemingly trying to go. Ooh, Nano Ferret's such in a bad spot. No, the other one could attack
no,
them.
the drop wigs. This is always a very heart-wrenching place to be.
Was that? I think they have to do it all again too.
Oh,
They got the 15 kills, then they starved.
that's interesting. Why would you? Why?
I don't
I
know,
don't get it.
but now they have to get the 15 kills again, and they need to starve to double the region. So close. They're so far away.
I don't quite understand why they're doing it in the same cycle, but that's fair, I guess. Hempamaz is stealing their journey. Why do they go up there? Oh, get the
They
Pearl. We've been through this before.
had some issues with the pearl. Yeah.
Butcher issue.
Timby's having deer issue. They keep going the wrong way. Honestly, just ride the deer. Don't attempt to do anything weird with the deer. If it's going the wrong way, ride it all the way the wrong way, and then go
Then
back.
it's gonna move around, yeah.
Yes.
Some dingus saying that EI hops are easy in chat.
Oh.
Oh, Rack finished their bingo and they were playing off stream. They were just playing along for the fun.
We've got some people doing the bingo off screen. We've got Rec and White Paws.
Hempamaz found the BLL. They just need to hit the core with the explosive.
Oh, I think they got
I
it.
think they hit it. Is it that?
They should pick it up if they can.
Yep. Very dead.
They need to save
Nice.
now, which they're right near a save. But there's a vulture there now. And if they got a really hard jump, I know they've been practicing on. Timby's getting overtaken by deer. They
Deer
probably
just fell down face first.
they probably threw the puffball in a bad spot. This doesn't look good. They're probably still gonna go to the right too. The deer will react to how you face them, how you go close to them. So if they're coming in, you're walking right to left of them, they'll go to the left. But if you're like walk
Oh,
away
that's
from
interesting.
them, they'll go to
Timby
the
must be
right.
screaming in frustration right now.
It's probably gonna go to the right.
Oh, so they switched
I'd
gears.
say. Deer bow to each other, depending on certain hidden stats. Oh my goodness. Okay,
That was a good move. They noticed the deer was going to the wrong place, so they switched deers. So this
And
deer
now
might
to
actually go
see-
to the left.
Now to see this one turn around. Oh no.
That will be a Rain World moment. That happens more often than it should. But it seems like they're finally on their journey.
I think Hepamaz is getting their save here, and they're going to be done killing the BLL, and then they just need to bring that Pearl to Moon, and then the run ends for them.
Yes, nice. Looking at a possible third place, right?
Yes. Well, on the stream, second place. Oh, yeah.
Oh wait, Nano
It's
did the
third.
Void
I
Region
forgot about
survive.
Sheldon.
They marked it.
They did get it, and they got all the cycles. Okay, I wasn't sure.
So they're just going for the mirror skill, and
Ooh.
they're missing two.
Ooh.
Oh boy, that's a situation.
It stabbed
Ooh,
the
boy.
centipede too.
Oh,
Okay, that was a really good plan, giving them the spear like that so they didn't take the mask.
yeah.
I need a little bit more food. I probably
This
would
is-
have picked up that spear though.
Very tricky spot. I mean, the vulture left, which is nice, except it just came back with a scav on its mouth, but now it's leaving again. So ideally, I assume Nano would kill a scav here to get the exploding stick, but I think they got one on their back.
Keep giving the scavenger stuff, and I don't know why. Okay. Stop picking up the ones they drop. It doesn't help. Okay, they have extra spears now.
Okay.
Not sure what their plan
Timby.
is
Oh,
here.
Timby had an easier time with the deer in this other
Oh,
room.
it's an explosive spear.
Hepamaz
they were-
was saved, so
Oh.
it's in the Moon Lord Pearl.
I think what Nanoferret was going for was the scavenger to give them the explosive spear, but they got the drop wig that just ran by and gave them one.
Amazing. Wait, Hempamaz is doing the Tower Pearl?
I'm not sure why they're here, really. I don't think this is faster by any means to get to Moon. And they've
So
got
they
a
have a
vulture
vulture
here.
situation. Yeah.
They might have dropped the
Just
pearl
demons,
earlier.
maybe?
Maybe they once.
That could be. Hitting a vulture once is actually pretty dangerous because it makes the vulture go for a kill bite instead of a grab bite.
Good. Alright, I'm gonna change over to the other screen real quick.
So Habarp is somewhere dark shaded? Question mark.
They are in
Like,
shaded.
and-
They're passing by kelps, which could have gone really bad there. They're going into the memory crypts where they're gonna kill
The Mirror's Bird.
Mirror's Bird.
Yeah. And that's their last one too.
They still have their explosive spear.
Hmm.
They just really need to not miss it or they need to save. There's a big centipede there, which is a little scary.
Oh. Oh, wow.
They stabbed it in the wall instead of making a ladder like they wanted to. It's kind of funny.
That's one way to deal with your problems. Is it alive?
They got it.
Okay.
Got a really high jump there, too. That was good. Nice. One spear getting into memory crypts.
Wow, Bunnyverse is going to the more unknown parts of Chimney Canopy.
There's this whole extra part of Chimney Canopy that has a grapple bug in it. The only other place there's a grapple bug other than Underhang. Having some trouble here.
Oh boy.
Don't
this is
think-
this is salvageable.
They just need to be patient.
Yeah.
They can get out. They need to not be
Patience
pressing left or right. They need to be
It's
holding
hard to
directly
have in
upwards.
situations like this.
I think
I
they're
think
just
they
going to
just fell.
reset it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for that, you need to be holding directly up because the grapple bug has
Yeah,
two
that's true.
firing modes.
The leg also has grapple arms. So those are the 3 places with grapple arms, I think.
Well, it's
Leg.
all the exterior.
Yeah, it sticks here.
Hobwarp's trying to get up into
What is Jameop
The
doing right now?
memory
Just
crypts.
running around.
They're going for second column.
Yeah.
So they're going for
I assume
starve
they're-
kills. So they're probably
Yeah.
starving right now, which it seems like they are. They only got one stab on it. That's unfortunate.
No.
They just restart that one.
Yeah, Hunter is stronger than Survivor, so generally when you get a single stab in a lizard, it already makes them kind of groggy and tired and damaged. But if you're
Yeah.
starving, your stab
Really-
basically does not much,
Really doesn't
and they
help
can
that
still
much.
get you easily.
Got Nanoferret in the lower areas of Industrial, which I find interesting. I'm not sure what their plan is at this point. They need to enter every region other than 5 Pebbles and kill a Mirrowspurge. So
They
I'm
might
not
be
sure
going to garbage.
what they're going for, yeah.
Hopefully, they don't meet any kind of huge.
I believe they
centipede on the way.
entered Shaded, so I guess they are going for garbage wastes.
Mhm.
Hobble
And I
got their
assume-
Mirrowspurge kill there right off the bat. That was really good, and that dragged it into
Nice.
the entrance area.
Mirror's Birds are often overlooked as one of the hardest enemies to kill in the game.
They're just in
Basically the
certain
same
places.
thing as a daddy.
If you
they're
have
hard to hit.
you have an explosive spear, it can make it easy, and there's certain
Mm.
setups for you to kill them with a single spear if you really know what you're doing on flat ground more than anything. But
Yeah, not very doable in the darkness and the uneven terrain. So you
So I'm-
have to go for the exploding spear.
I'm noticing on the board we've got a bunch of orange squares by Timby. All they have left is bring the jetfish out of sub. So they're trying to get into where that jetfish is right now. They're in sub.
Yeah, and there's conveniently also a Leviathan where the jetfish generally
Also,
is.
bottom left in white, we've got Hempamaz finishing up their run. I'm going to skip over to it.
Nice.
They've finished up everything. Top left right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Deposited the lore perp.
the time is going to be when Moon says hello in the text box. They've done very well. Timby in orange is having some problem with the centipedes there, but the firecrackers are working out. I almost got away with it. Need to reset for that part.
Nano just asked in the chat if the board was random or curated, and it was curated by Iced and Raccoon, right?
It was mostly
Raccoon was
made
the
by
previous
Raccoon.
previous
Yes.
bingo runner.
So we've had it so where the previous bingo winner has been making the next board. In this case, next one will be some dingus because they finished very, very quickly. But Hempamaz has
Yes,
finished their
Raccoon
run.
shout-out.
It's very good. Got our 3 finishers on stream, and we got a 4th one off stream.
1 hour, 4 minutes, and 8 seconds according to Istoberones. Thank you, Isto.
Nanofair has entered Garbage Race and they quit out because they just need to enter every region. Timby's got a red centipede problem.
No, not
But
at all.
they're
It's
passing
just-
it. It's not real. Just don't look at it.
Well, centipedes, if they don't look at you, you're not real because I don't think they can hear.
They can
Whatever.
only hear and they can only feel with their feelers. So even if you step
Well,
on
they
their
can
body,
only hear.
yes.
Interesting.
Nanofair, I believe, has to enter the exterior. Not sure if they entered the wall earlier. That means they have to go through. I'm not sure why they're turning around there. Like, get a spear? No, I'm not sure. Might be going for a save because of cycle time.
Maybe.
So I'm confused. Now they're just freaking out. What's going on?
They need to enter every region and kill 5 pebbles. Kill a Miro's bird is what they're missing.
They do have to go and do that lower part. They don't have explosive spear. I guess that's their problem here. Might run into one because it's random spawn. I'm not sure if there's one in their back. I can't really tell. Let's skip back over to the other screen here. Got Bunny Mers trying to get out of Chimney right now. And then
It can be
J-Mop,
rough going up and down.
J-Mop, I believe, finished their starving kills. I'm not sure. I think they need to get food again to starve again to attempt it. But they've been having a lot of problems with that. But they've gotten 2 kills multiple times that I've seen.
Yeah,
Hop
starving kills without a mask can be really tough.
Hoborp in the top in blue is done their board and just needs to get to Moon and revive them. That's just
Looking for a
their
possible
last bit.
4th place.
Yes. They all have done very well. What I do want to see is how Timby handles this really closely in orange. It's going to be in a little bit where they will get to the jetfish they need to bring out of Subterranean. There's a Discord role where they pick up the jetfish and then they get out of Subterranean and all the way to 5 Pebbles actually. And this
They
depends
fry
on
the jetfish.
if people are okay with doing that or not. Bunnymore's had an unfortunate death there. They have to reset back at the top of Chimney. That's been having a lot of problems for them lately.
I think they're going for the grapple worm. Because they're going through a strange route in Chimney Canopy. Which one would normally only go if they're going for a grapple worm. No, they fell.
Oh, they're having a lot of unfortunate parts of this. Hopwarp's going to be finishing up Scions here. J-Mop's decided to move on. And I believe they're going into Garbage to enter every region other than 5 Pebbles here. So they'll be finishing up that. I'm going to change over to the other screen now.
Yeah.
And then we'll
Wonder
look,
where they're going to kill the lizards then.
we'll look at the black screen that Nanofair is looking at. They're in the middle of Shaded Citadel right now. And which means all they need to do is enter all the regions they haven't yet and then kill that Miros bird. They're going all the way through Memory Crypts, which is going to be interesting. And I believe
Kelp
that's
just stole Timby's
ending.
sticks. Which might not be ideal.
Interesting. Are they Oh, okay, interesting. The Timbi's trying to kill all the kelps, so they don't have a problem with it when they bring the
The
jetfish through
yeah.
here.
That does make sense.
This is going to take a lot of time and setup, though, is the one problem that I see.
Oh wow, did they just get drop winged, or was that they just did a fast fall? No, they seem fine. I think it was just a fast fall.
So yes, I believe Bunny Mers is going for the further right column, because they're getting the grapple worm.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what their plan is for the Noodlefly eggs or the Miros bird, however. They're going to have problems with the echoes too, because their karma's probably low from all the issues they've been having.
Yeah, tough run. But doable nonetheless. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, Timby's going on a murder rampage through Subterranean to make sure that nothing gets him while he has the jetfish.
I think they've gotten everything. They might save here, though. I'm not sure. I feel like a lot of kelp are going to come back.
Yeah.
So that... No! I know, gotten by a spider there, so we have to go through that area again.
That's rough.
I believe it was a
spider or regular?
I couldn't tell.
Yeah. So Timmy just cleared out the region, but given that he's playing Hunter, Hunter actually has a bigger chance of creature respawns. So I assume they just got some things and now they're gonna get what's left and then come back with the jetfish. Oh, a scav moment. Timby ruthlessly stabbed right after coming out of his den. I was gonna say Hempamaz is at shaded, but I don't think that's true. Hempamaz already finished.
Epimaz is just having a lot of mice on screen for today.
That's understandable.
Nano hopefully is not having problems with the kelps here. And
Yep.
Timby has to go back through all these other kelps that they're dealing with so that they can get their jetfish friend. Best friend forever.
Yep.
Hobborp
it
also,
randomly respawns.
I'm going to flip back over the other screen. Hobborp also is finishing up their run here. They've
Finally
just
got
gotten
some
all the way
nice.
through Shoreline. And now on first dialogue, they're going to show up in time for them.
J-Mop is sleeping at garbage waste.
No, I believe they've already been the garbage
shaded,
waste. They're
that's
not going to
shaded.
be there. They're going to be right inside shaded. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first shelter in shaded. So Hobborp got 4th, right? We have 4 finishers right now.
Yes. Then we have Rec off stream that finished.
I can't
Very
hear the
good.
music right now, but apparently
From all the
Kayava's playing. Such a banger.
The best song. Bunny Mers has been having their problems, but they're still going for it. They just need to get all the way down chimney and then save at the bottom. And then they'll have a lot better time bringing their karma up. They just need karma 3 to get out.
I mean, the problem is the route they're taking through Chimney to get the bug that has a lot of dangerous jumps and sometimes lizards in awkward spots.
And then
That was a
J-Mop
lizard in an awkward spot.
and Red doing second column. They're going to be going for all the lantern mice kills. They still need to do the lizards while starving. I'm not sure what their plan is for that, though. It might be for mole lizards here. Oh, they
could go
checked
for
it
moles.
off. They just checked it off. I guess they did finish it. They just forgot.
Oh, okay.
They
That-
do.
that
They
does
also
make
need.
it more simple.
They also need to enter every other region other than 5 Pebbles, which I'm not sure what they've done so far. But I would assume they don't have exterior and maybe subterranean. I don't know what they
They
did.
did get subterranean in the beginning of the run because they went for
Oh,
the
yes.
echo, remember? Yeah.
Okay, forgot about that. So they're doing pretty good with that. If they went to the wall earlier, then all they have to do is just get the shoreline, and then they're good.
Yep.
Right. Nanoferret. Let's go flip over to the other screen.
Yep.
Nanoferret's in the middle of Memory Crypts, where Memory Crypts has all these Miro spirits that are everywhere, and they just constantly snap and bite at everything that's around them.
Yep.
And
Oh, they
it's
hit
very
it with the exploding stick.
amazing. I guess this is a pretty good spot
But
for
it-
it. They do need to kill
Oh.
one. It's still pretty there. They need a normal spear
Huh.
or just
That's
something.
unfortunate.
I'm not sure what happened. Usually that really cripples them.
Yeah. They seem they're just going off with their
Uh,
business.
Okay.
That's a bit unfortunate.
What's happening right now? Usually that's pretty given there. Yeah, they're just quitting out. Quit out
Yeah.
there. You can get that explosive spear back. I would
Mhm.
assume they're right there.
I wonder
they-
what happened. I mean, could they have hit like a lag of the Mirror's Bird? Maybe they. I don't know if Mirror's Bird have those distinctions like vultures do.
I believe they do, but I have never actually personally looked at that directly.
Interesting. Well, they did sleep in a relatively nearby shelter, so it should be an okay walk back to the Mirror's Birds, the memory crypts.
Yes. So
Simbi is journeying through Subterranean right now, having some Dropwig interactions, and
for people watching right now, we've got Nanoferret in the top right in purple, who is going through Sky Islands. We've got Timby in orange trying to get not the Sky Islands, through shaded.
Shaded
We've
City.
We've got Timby in the bottom left in orange, and they're trying to get the white jetfish out of Subterranean. We're having some problems with Centes, however. And then we've got J-Mop and Bunnymers in green and red, where J-Mop's trying to kill lantern mice and Bunnymers is trying to get a grapple bug. All the others have finished their run so far. And so we're seeing what other people have. So far we've had a lot of issues throughout all the runners where just stuff has come up. Timby's
Well,
getting
Rain World.
a little bullied
a game
by
about
these
that, I guess.
centipedes. Some dingus did really good with their run.
Wait,
Or
what,
they're
what
really
karma is
confident with
Timby at? I think their karma went down a lot during these exchanges.
Forget, you only need 2 karma to get into... Oh goodness.
Oh,
Many explosions. We made it by though.
Scav exchange.
We can try it again without scavengers, maybe. The one problem I see that could happen with Timby here is that where they have to rest one more time. Either they're gonna eat the popcorn right now, or they're gonna bring the jetfish back, and the jetfish can clip through the
Yes.
shelter walls, and then it's just gone. And that's not gonna work out well for them at all.
Yeah,
They need to be
that could
thinking
be
about that.
a very dangerous situation. Jetfish were not meant for shelters, but
Not fun.
see how that
Meant
turns
for square environments.
yes.
Is everything.
When you think about it, that's true. Nano got to memory crypts again.
Yep, they just
Let's
have to
see
save
how
just
the-
outside. Just they need to line up a kill with one of these Miro spirits. It's hard to isolate them, but sometimes they have a good spot for it. Sometimes they get stuck there.
They're also getting the flashbang here, which not stuns them, but makes them blind. For
We're gonna
a
see
while.
a blue flash in the top right, just for people to know.
Yeah. In a bit. Maybe. Possibly.
There's another one to the left, is what they're waiting for. The top right, there's a blue flash in a second, actually.
I
Ooh,
think
the-
they're waiting for the next.
Yeah, they're not going to be coming back.
Basically, the way Mirror's Birds work, they just basically have set areas where they run around from one side of the screen to the other randomly.
So, you see the kind of like flashes they do when they're running around, right? I like to relate that to trolley cars and how they connect to rails, because they're always going to go in the direction they're going to go. They might turn around for a little bit, but they're always
Yeah.
going to continue going that direction.
There's a group of
Oh, they got one
vengeful
off.
scavs following
There's
Timby, I guess.
3 of them there. There's a lot of Miros birds. They just had to go for it though. The one that's hurt is in the middle of them. It's down, I think. They need to pick it up though.
Yeah.
Confirm
Just a kill
the
confirm.
Okay, they got it. Nice. And they can save with the food they get from it. You just need to not die.
Okay, Timby is looking for the white jetfish.
Oh wait, no, they can quit out that Miros bird one. I forgot. They did a whiplash in the throwing down at the end,
Oh.
which was kind of funny. Yeah, Timby's at the jetfish.
Yeah, but I
Hopefully,
don't see the jetfish anywhere.
I saw it for a second. It can die the Leviathan in this room.
Yes, that's what I was gonna mention.
So, I believe Nanoferret's in go mode at this point, so they can finish their run. They might have to go to Subterranean. I'm not sure. Off stream, I've just seen that White Paws just finished their run. I'm interested to see
nice.
what they've done for a route.
Mm-hmm. What line did they do? Or row? Or column? Or
They were
line?
trying for column 4, but we'll see how well that
Column
went for
4.
them.
Column 4 is a tough one because of the scavenger merchants, I
Yep.
would say. Nobody went for that here.
I'd want to know what Rec did as well, because so far everyone I've known that have done this have done entirely different columns
Yeah.
and rows, which is very, very interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've got both Bunny Mers and Sheldon doing the last column.
Oh yeah, the last column.
Right now, Bunny Mers has been having some problems,
Mm-hmm.
and they're still trying to get out of.
Oh boy,
Chimney
Timby
here.
got Leviathan.
No. J-Mop in bottom right is just getting into shoreline, and they're in go mode as well. They finished
Oh, they got every
their
region.
column, the second column there.
Assuming the last one was shoreline itself. So it's a pretty close race between Nano and J-Mob for 5th.
Yes, both of them are about to finish. Timby's been so close to finishing this whole time,
Yeah,
but this jetfish has been very difficult for them.
actually got the other 4 some time ago now. And they do get it. It is a relatively short path to move.
No way!
What?
Timby just got drop weight.
Oh boy.
Oh, I forget what the ratio on that is, but if a drop wick falls from a ceiling onto you, there's a certain chance for you to instantly die.
Yeah.
There's a
Generally,
few
you can
through
still
that area.
stab it and react. He just did a roll over a centipede. That was badass. And he's fighting his scavs right now, and the centipede. Attacks from both fronts.
But right now, I'm looking at Nanoferret and J-Mop. J-Mop's right at the end here, but if they mess up with this Leviathan,
Oh, they have a Leviathan. The water is wobbling.
yeah,
Oh boy.
so Nanoferret could catch up here. Nanoferret should go down. I don't know why they're jumping to the left. What's happening? What do they do? They might be going for
I don't
food,
know.
but I don't know why you'd want to save currently. No, they're not going for that. I guess they're going for something else here. Unless they have a new
Going-
route that I just
Yeah.
have never known is faster.
Oh, they're diving.
They're gonna be in the 3-pipe room. With that shelter.
That's interesting.
Which could be better. They can run into the DLL at this point, the BL. They're also at a very nice swim. Actually, trying to get a
Wait,
jetfish
what,
to show
what
up
are they
with that
doing?
berry.
Every...
They're trying to get across, but J-Mop's in looks to moon now.
Ooh, okay.
They're right near the end. Nothing's gonna stop them at this point unless it started raining.
I mean, even if it started raining, I don't think Nano's going to sub some dingoes because they already marked going to every region. They're doing a tough swim.
Ooh, well, looking at this swim, Hogwarts was able to get it earlier. This is so close. Okay, they didn't even get stunned. It's barely
Wow.
possible to do that because the moment you start drowning and the light is flashing, you have no real control going left or right. You can get stuck on one of the roofs that are there. So that worked out really well.
Nice.
I'm gonna switch over to the other bit. We're gonna keep audio on Nanoferret for now, though.
Came up, just did the jump, going to moon.
Bunnymers has devised a new strategy for getting their grapple worm, and I think it's a pretty good idea. They're getting the grapple worm and they're going right back out the way they came, so they don't have to deal with the problem areas. And they're just trying to save with it.
That's valid. They do have a vulture issue right now.
So props to them for thinking up a bunch of different paths to go through
Yeah.
what they need to do.
I mean, Rain World, even in speedrun and score running, which is mostly consistent, is a lot about improvising. Because creatures will just react in the weirdest and inconvenient ways most of the time.
Alright, we've got J-Mop finishing up the run here, the reviving moon with the neuron. Do a little dance. So when we see first dialogue from Moon here, it's gonna be time for them. And then we'll have 3 runners left. Timby in bottom right, orange is just getting their jetfish and they're trying to
they
get
did
out
get
of
the jetfish. That's nice.
trying to get out of the sub. They cleared a lot of stuff, so I hope that centipede isn't a problem. The jetfish does not need to be alive.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh no!
Wait, what got him?
I didn't see what got him. It might have been a drop wig there that I didn't see.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Oh god. Poor Timmy. I mean, sub is a rough place. Probably one of the hardest areas in the game. Especially if
Came
you're
up,
doing a
got
challenge
time right there. Props
Oh,
to
nice.
them. Nanoferret's trying to climb up a really tall ladder with a jetfish. We're gonna go back over to the other side.
Hmm.
So we've got on this screen, we've got Nanoferret and Timby, and we've got Bunnymers in green that we're also watching. Nanoferret's on one of the last screens that can mess them up. There is a Leviathan in this water that can show up.
I don't think it's right here right now because of the waves, right? Generally, you see more waves.
it can still just like show up and then be there. But there's
Yeah,
not
that's
one
true.
here currently.
Ooh, something went wrong.
Okay, there we go. That one. Bunnymers has decided to go back into Sky Islands, which I think is a pretty good idea. Bring in a bunch of
Yeah.
things with them.
If they go the lower Sky Islands path, it's relatively easy to go through with the grapple one.
They're getting noodlefly eggs now for the 3 noodlefly eggs they
Oh.
need. Except they have to carry them one at a time.
Oh, they got
No.
Cyan Lizard.
they
wait,
stabbed
Silent
it
Lizards.
once. It might
Yeah.
drop them.
That was what
Yeah,
I was
if they
gonna
didn't
say.
stab them, then it's probably not going to drop them because it lives right here.
Does it though?
Oh,
It dropped them.
amazing! Bunnymers in
Propelled a little too
green
far.
was bitten by a cyan lizard, but due to the terrain, it accidentally dropped them and they were able to get away. And then the cyan lizard just fell off the edge. Tibby has gotten their jetfish.
Does the jetfish need to be alive for the big bounces? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Oh, Nano just got to Moon.
Yes.
So we're looking at time here.
Nanoferret's about to finish their run.
Timby got the jetfish again, so that's a good start.
Bunnymers, I believe, has to keep ferrying the noodlefly eggs that they've gotten. I believe that's been a cause of most of their issues.
Mm-hmm. Valid. They don't need to take it the whole region though, they can take it to one of the shelters in the middle and hatch them there to complete the objective.
Yep. Nanoferret time is soon.
Mm-hmm.
Aw, Timby's still got this big centipede in the way, and the jetfish
Oh,
makes a lot of
boy.
sound. Oh, okay, that worked out. Gotta hope there's not a drop wig in the way. Nanoferret has time. That's very good.
Oh, that was a nice jump with the jetfish.
All right. We've got Timby and Bunnymers. I want to keep going for another 15 minutes.
Okay.
As
Why are
long as
they
these two
going
runners
back?
are going. I think Timby needs to eat food.
Oh, they need to eat.
And then Bunnymers needs to get past this white lizard they're having issues with. Okay, I dealt with that really well.
Nice.
All right.
Hey, Timby finished his meal, I think. Yep. They're
Yeah,
eating
go
too
back.
full for some reason. I'm not sure why.
I might need that just to make sure they have the jetfish with them. They need to save with the jetfish afterwards.
Oh, they do?
They at least need to bring the jetfish into Subterranean and then save. They need to just hold on to the jetfish here so it doesn't clip out of bounds. I'd almost want to kill the jetfish so it doesn't do that. But having the jetfish in Subterranean is hilarious because you can slide with it and it gives you a huge boost. And unfortunately, Bunnymers got bitten by another white lizard. This one's really unlikely to let go of them this time. So we'll see what happens. So in this game, if you get bitten by a creature, there's a chance for you to still get let go by them. And you can get out. This blue lizard could interfere,
And
kind
Butcher
of.
sometimes dropped it, but picked it back up again.
Oh no, they got the percentage kill and they died.
Oh, that's
Unfortunate.
rough.
Almost.
Maybe just crossing the gate with the white jetfish,
Yep.
which didn't clip out of bounds, which is always great.
Fine. Oh, we just get to see them go through bits here. All right. So right now,
Why is Nanoferrets? Didn't they finish?
yep, they're done. They just went to start because they can.
Okay.
Right now we're just looking at orange and green. The last two runners left here. Timby just needs to get to moon, to save once and to get to moon. They're bringing this jetfish, carrying it allows them to move a bit faster. If
Yep.
they die, they need to bring it again into Subterranean, but they saved with it, so that's not going to be much of a problem.
Have some rooms to cross now with the jetfish. None of them are
getting
too dangerous.
berries.
I think they passed the snail one already, right?
They're getting into a snail area here in a second.
Oh, this is the snail. Okay. Basically, when you bump a snail into the game, it pops after some time, and popping stuns creatures around the snail.
I'm not
That-
sure
Oh.
what Timby's going for. 'Cause they're just eating a bunch of these little berries.
I think they need to eat.
They do need to eat, but you can kill the white jetfish, the albino jetfish, at this point.
Oh, gives you tree pips.
I believe it does, yes. Bunnymers in green, at the bottom right, I believe has still been having issues with the... all the noodlefly eggs. They had to go redo it again. I think they picked a really hard route to get the noodlefly eggs.
Yeah.
And so that's been very difficult for them going through it. They're not as experienced as a lot of these other runners today. But we're glad that they were able to come out and try it out with us today. They've done pretty well to get to this point, regardless.
Yep. Had a
This
rough
part
start and was
is-
able to come through it.
This part is very difficult and by no means bad that they haven't been able to progress through Sky Islands.
Yep, it can certainly happen. And even
Timby
in,
had a death too
Yeah, Timby
while we were
died.
talking about that, which is very unfortunate. They just need to bring the jetfish back over. I believe they need to save again And so that's a problem if they didn't already eat that centipede, because they can't get into the next region. I
Yeah,
would've-
Bunny's doing very well. And even if you consider the nerves from doing this in a competition live stream kind of thing, so...
Yes.
Wait, are they sleeping with the jetfish? Oh, they need the karma.
They need karma too. Yes. Just need to make sure it doesn't clip out of bounds. Otherwise, it's fine. Bunny Murs is having issue with the king vultures here.
Yeah. Kings can be very unfair if you don't have a lot of places to move around to. Like that room he was in. Oh wait, they're in that shelter.
Timby's going for more food here, I believe, to get more cycle advantage. So they can die again or sleep once they get over.
Yep.
They can
valid.
kill the jetfish if they want to. Is alright. So they can get food from the jetfish. Other than that,
Probably
a snail.
not the safest thing to go right now, but
A snail would be good food.
yeah.
We'll just see how that goes for them. We're gonna go look more at Bunny Murs here in green, bottom left. Also the same square.
For a moment, I thought that sign lizard was green. I was like, what's a green lizard doing?
Green lizard in chimney. They've learned how to climb poles. Now they are unstoppable. But
That
they've
would
got
be
the
a sight to see.
they got the grapple worm. They need to get back up into chimney in the Sky Islands, and then they need to start getting all the noodle fly eggs that they can get.
Mm-hmm.
Which I believe there are 2 immediately when they get the Sky Islands.
Mm-hmm. In the top right next to the gate. Hunter is the only slug cat that can eat snails. I'm not sure. Maybe?
I believe so. The only thing that is real meat that isn't like bat flies that Monk and Survivor can eat is centipedes,
Yeah, centipedes.
and Monk can't eat all centipedes,
Really?
as far as I remember.
I mean, I know there's the server challenge in which you need to eat the red centipede.
As Monk,
Yeah, as well.
I guess you can eat it. I always thought you couldn't as Monk. There's something weird
Oh,
about it.
Bunny Mars doesn't have enough karma to cross. They're gonna need to take a rest.
I guess they don't have any food at all, so they can't even
Ooh.
starve. It's hard
Yeah.
it's hard in Chimney, because that's such a problem. There's not that much food, but we're Hunter. You can kill anything, but a lot of things fall off edges. Is the problem.
Yeah.
We're gonna go back over the Timby to see what they're doing here.
So Timby crossed the harder rooms with the jetfish.
Ooh, they're getting
No.
they're getting snailed. They're getting
Oh,
stunned
boy.
constantly. If they can
Oh.
just get to the right, okay, they should be fine.
Commentator's curse? Oh no. Okay, he's fine. He's fine.
It's fine. I believe they've eaten now, so they just need to save.
Okay. I mean, they're probably gonna save right before Moon. Not right before Moon, but before the Leviathan hit. I think it's probably the safest.
Also,
Oh,
something
please.
funny I just noticed is I didn't see the kills that Nano Ferret got for their 15 kills, but they checked off kill a red lizard, so they did get one of the 2 that
Nice.
died. All right,
Oh,
Timby
they
is.
didn't get.
They did
they
get a
did
red.
get.
Yes.
Oh, they did get it. Nice.
Timby is just finished. Got in the shoreline with the jetfish, and
Hmm.
now they just need to get to the end and finish the run.
Which shouldn't be a major problem unless the Leviathans.
Leviathans
start
can
acting up.
decide whatever they want you to do. Also, given that one of the other runners did the 4th column, we could say that every single square was done by one of the runners during this event, which I think is very, very
Yeah.
interesting.
Indicative from the way the board was made.
And going back to talking about who made the board. I helped out a little bit with it, but it was mostly Raccoon who made it. Who might be in chat as well. And I think
Raccoon
they did a very good
is
job.
also mostly a speedrunner.
They
Or
don't normally
any
do
Battle
Hunter,
Systems.
but
Yeah.
they did very good with it.
Who dodged the levy? Nobody dodged the levy.
Um,
think.
I believe if White Paws still did the 4th column, which that's what they were planning on, then that would have been them. And then I believe technically Sheldon dodged it. Technically.
Yeah, technically.
Because there was 2 of them there and they were both biting. It was very crazy.
So Bunny Mars is going to get a popcorn so they can rest right now. Holy, that jump was a bit intense. No, the jump is even more intense.
It's
right now.
happening.
Everything's fine.
Popcorn should work out. As long as they know. They can go. You can go underneath the map in this room if you know what you're doing with a grapple.
Yeah.
There's a bad Leviathan in Timbies. Okay, it's just leaving,
Okay.
so it's not going to bite them. There's still a King Vulture, though. Other Jetfish can stun them.
Mm.
Make this really annoying, which it did, but they grabbed the other one again. Alright, Timby is all good. Nothing that can end the run at this point. They just need to finish it up, unless the timer's too low.
Yeah, the Psycho timer could end the run at this point. They dropped the Jetfish, which is something Hunter can use to navigate these rooms better. But the Jetfish can get stuck some places, so...
Also for the... At the end of the thing, Raccoon, we decided that we just wanted to have it so they just attempted to get you. The Leviathan bite. To miss you. Because depending on the Leviathan, it might not actually go for the bite before actually getting to the point where it no longer bite. For Leviathans, if you bait the bite a few times, it won't bite again for another 2 minutes, which you use that in speedruns. But it doesn't necessarily mean it does a full chomp. It can do most of the charge up, but otherwise not really. Right now, Bunnymer's
Bunnymer's
still...
got their popcorn, but they have a vulture right now
Yes.
gatekeeping.
No!
Oh, they got shot by the king vulture.
harpoon was full range. It barely
Oh, boy.
reached them.
Yeah, that was a bit rough. That's one of the places you normally don't want to be with a vulture in.
Alright, orange
A
here
king
on the
vulture.
left. We're finishing up the run here for Timby. Bringing out the green neuron they had with him this whole run. Alright, time for them is going to be when you see a text box at the bottom.
Mhm.
Otherwise, they did a great job. The white jetfish, the albino jetfish and sub,
That was the toughest part of the run for them, I think.
had a huge problem, yeah. That kept messing them up with all the centipedes and dropwigs. All the kelp stayed out of the way pretty well, really.
Yeah.
I would have just went for it without doing any setup going over there, because then you have to pass the area 3 times,
Yeah.
which
That was a bit
became
rough.
the problem. Bunnymer's having some problem with Signalers, unfortunate. You're gonna have to try again with that one.
Ooh,
Right.
bitten.
Timby has gotten time. We're gonna
Nice.
change over. Alright, we've got our last runner at this point. We're gonna watch them for just a bit. We're gonna stop at 2:30, so we've got 3 minutes that we're gonna go for.
Wait, 2:30? Oh, you
Oh,
mean
yeah.
the actual time, not the run
yeah.
time.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So we've got 3 more minutes we're gonna go for. Bunnymer's done a great job. They've been a good sport about this. It's been not a great setup for them. Both them and Timby, I believe, had a lot of problems at the beginning of the run.
Mhm.
I'm very happy
Yeah.
that they kept going with it, regardless of how good or bad the run went for them.
Mhm.
So yes, good job, Timby.
Maybe just defeated the final boss. What does that even mean?
Final boss of Rain World is easy. You just need to eat all 5 of the neurons.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No. But
You
also,
just committed a crime. but it's okay.
All right, we're going to move on from this. Thank you all for watching, and thank you Bunnymers, Oborp, Some Dingus, Jmop, Epimez, Nanoferret, Timby, and Sheldon for all doing this with us today. Thank you all for watching today. It was very nice to have this on the Speed Gaming channel. I'm glad to see
thanks
a
for
lot of
hosting us
people
here.
who don't normally see this game. So
Yeah,
they'll be able to
Ringworld
see this.
has an awesome speed gaming community. I was very welcomed into it when I joined.
It's also been really good to been able to set up this event and work with all you guys with this. Thank you for Wild for making a lot of the graphics and the VTubers you see here today. Raccoon
Which are
made
very cute.
Raccoon made the board, and then we had Flurpy also make the lizard icons that we have next to all the names. But yes, all right. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you, Iced, for having me co-commentate.
It's been very good to have you here. I think it worked out well. All right.
Yep.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thank you all for stopping by.